out there. I've never seen an operation like I've seen this year. It's been a fantastic operation. Everyone is working extremely hard. They're working very well together, and that's what it's going to take. Even though the American people, Republicans and Democrats, they want to see a change. And they're going to get that change come this November, but we can't sit on our laurels. We have a Democratic president who has really energized the Democratic Party. He's doing all that he can, but there's going to be a lot of money from the Republican Party that's going to be just throwing negative attack ads between now and November when the election's over with. And that's why, as a coordinated campaign, we got to do everything we can. I can tell you, as Democrats, you can be extremely proud of the work that the Democratic Party is doing at the national level. We are making a difference, even though not as far as we'd like to see, particularly with what's happening in Iraq and Afghanistan, but we are making a difference. If you look at what's happening with the Medicare legislation, that we're able to actually override the president's veto, it's because our message is right. The American people understands that message. And this president definitely has brought down the Republican Party with his negativism and a lot of other things that he's doing. But we're holding firm in Washington. Same way when you look at the energy issue. They are definitely trying to make drilling in ANWR as the issue. But if you look at the legislation we've been able to pass in the House of Representatives, dealing with the strategic reserves, dealing with the speculation on national energy policy. We've been passing legislation in the House. Unfortunately, the Senate hasn't been as willing to go along, and that's primarily because of what's happening in the Senate. Even though we're in a majority, it's not a working majority. And it's going to be extremely important this election cycle, not only to get out there and really support President or President-elect, hopefully, Obama, but also for Congressman Tom Allen. We have a chance of picking up this Senate seat. Tom's out there working extremely hard. We need a working majority in the United States Senate. Maine is a targeted state once again. And I can tell you, being on the target list my first 4 years anyway, when I was a member of Congress, it makes a big difference because you're able to draw a lot of those federal resources here in the state of Maine. As you know, we split our electoral votes. Maine's 2nd Congressional District probably be on the top of the target list for the Republicans as well as the Democrats, because the Republicans feel that they can win in the 2nd District. So we have to show them once again that the 2nd District is not a Republican district. We are a blue state, true and blue state. We got to make sure that we remain that way, and that's going to require a lot of effort, particularly helping out Congressman Tom Allen. I served 6 years with Tom, and I can tell you there's no individual that works harder than Tom Allen. When you talk about prescription drugs, health care, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, Tom Allen's name's continuing to pop up. And that's because he works hard.
When I talked to Tom this morning, he said, tell them that wherever I go, it's like crisscross the country, they brag about the field operation in Maine. And he talks about the 25 or so offices and the 50 or so paid staff people and the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers all across the state making thousands and thousands of calls each week. So I thank you all for what you're doing and what you're about to do, and it's wonderful to be here, and my mind's going blank, so I'll stop.
Just a few, but the thing you have to focus on this year is that this coordinated campaign that's going on in this state, put on by the Democratic Party, basically manned by you and helped by us, is truly at historic levels. We've got a budget like we've never had before, because we've got money that's coming into the state in addition to what we raised, because they firmly believe that we're going to elect a U.S. Senator, and we are. And it's going to be... Diana's right, we've got 50 paid staff. At the peak in 2004, we had 15. And we're going to have 25, maybe even 30 offices. In the coordinated in 04 had 5 or 6. We're going to have a budget of several $1 million, way over what we had before. We've made 250,000 telephone calls already. We're going to end up with over 1 million. We've got 50 staff on board right now who are canvassing like crazy and calling like crazy. It's fabulous, and you need to be part of this, because it's a tough fight, but we are going to win this thing, and we're going to win it because we're so much better organized than the Republicans at this point. They haven't even started. And when they get wind of what we're doing, when they really do understand what we're doing, they're going to have to just look at us, look at our dust, because there's no way they're going to catch us. The only reason it's going to work is because every single one of you is going to give it your all, and if you do, we're going to be so excited on November 4th, we're not going to be able to stand it. So just you keep working, and this thing is going to be something you will remember all of your life. Thank you.